Well, the price of fuel going up tonight at midnight. You'll be paying more for petrol and diesel. It varies a bit, 28 to 36 cents for petrol, diesel between R1.50 and a little bit more, depending on the grade. Let's talk to our reporter Manqoba Mchunu. He's at a fuel station right now. So we normally see long queues when it comes to a big increase. We don't have a big increase this time because of that fuel levy being slashed by government. What are you seeing tonight?
Indeed, Shahan, I think we haven't seen quite the number of people coming here at this particular petrol station today, earlier on, but we did see quite a number of motorists arriving to fill up. Of course, they're quite anxious about that increase that will take effect from 12 o'clock this evening. It is, of course, quite concerning to many of them who say that they'll now have to dig deeper into their pockets to try and perhaps find money to fill up petrol. Some of them that we spoke to earlier on, Shahan, saying that they're actually thinking of just changing the way that they drive. They're going to be staying more at home. They're going to be trying to organize lift clubs when they go to work. So it really speaks to the pocket, Shahan, and how that will be affected. But I've got two motorists here, Shahan, who are just going to speak to us shortly. They are here, of course, trying to fill up. Just your sense of the petrol going up, surely it must be frustrating for you and quite worrisome as commuters. Are you here, obviously, to fill up?
Yes, I'm definitely here to fill up. It is irritating because it's going up over R1 every month. Luckily, this month it's only going up 24, 26 cents. But once this temporary reduction, whatever, falls away, then what? Is it going to climb over R1 again? And how high is it going to go? And some of us don't just work around the corner. Some of us work quite far away, like Germiston and that. And to organize extra different alternative modes of transport is just not viable. So yes, it's definitely digging into the pocket quite badly at the moment.
And let's just talk about in terms of quantity, I mean, and rands and cents. Obviously you're going to be paying a bit more now with this new increase. How much are you expecting perhaps it will cost you on the pocket?
Well, now whatever this month, whatever is going to cost me about an extra 300-400 rand a month, whatever. But up until now, whatever, over the past 2 months and this next month, whatever, it's possibly costed me about an extra 800,000 rand a month in petrol. That unfortunately we have to take the brunt of it.
Well, thank you for speaking to us. Let me just bring in another motorist here who's also here to fill up. So, Swami, you're just telling me as well that you're quite concerned that you're going to be paying more now.
Yes, that's correct. Compared to 2 years ago, when I used to fill up, depending on the car you drive, let's say you're paying 900, you're paying 600 rands. So that means now you're looking at about 1,000, 1,100, depending on the car that you drive. And also, if you travel every day, obviously, depending on where you go, so that means it's more kilometers and more fuel consumption, you understand? So that means you need to, if 1,000 rand used to last you a week, probably last about 3 days now. And then that means you're adding more money from your own budget. That means you're adding more in that 1,000 rand. And honestly, the cost of living is just so high, not only fuel and everything else, but mostly fuel is a luxury. If somebody say, let's go out on a date, you can just say, let's meet at a petrol station.
Okay, we're also talking just earlier on about the fact that, you know, there's a ripple effect here. Yes. It's not only petrol, it also boils down to the food itself, the foodstuffs that you buy.
Listen, even if you're a vegetarian, trust me, you're still gonna spend money because it's not only meat, like literally everything, even bread. Even if you make your own bread at home, that extra money on sugar. I mean, a month ago, a small rum, I was literally looking at these small essentials for the household, right? I checked that normal rum and normal margarine used to buy it for like 12 rand. Now it's 16 rand. I won't mention which store. 16 rand. So there's an additional to each and every item in the shelf, which is like more or less compared to last year. It's actually, some are actually double. Yeah.
So you're here to fill up?
Yes. Oh yeah, petrol that's going to last me for 3 days, yeah. Unless I catch a taxi, of which also sometimes it does help. I won't even lie. Sometimes you park your car somewhere safe and then you ride in a taxi, depending on how safe the place you're going to is. Because also Ubering around is also costly, you know. I feel sorry for Uber drivers. Because I also used to drive for Uber sometimes. But when I stopped logging in, because I realized that you end up using your own money. Because most clients now, they use card. It's card payment, card payment, card payment. By the time you pick the third client, that's probably the client is paying 20 Rand, but you use your own money to buy gas for 200, for 300 Rand. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for speaking to us. Well, Shahan, those are just some of the views from the people here at this particular petrol station, just expressing, you know, how this will affect them. And of course, as you've heard, many saying that it simply means that they'll have to change the way that they do things.
All right, thanks for the update. Appreciate it. Manqoba Mchunu. Would you take a taxi if you had to? I wouldn't.
What do you mean, right now?
Yeah, like, because she was saying because petrol's so high, she sometimes has to take a taxi to get where she needs to get to.
Well, she's probably got enough for a taxi, but not enough money to fill a tank.
Yeah.
You know, that's the sort of situation. Interesting that she's saying she's an Uber driver, or was an Uber driver, and that's something we must still keep an eye on. We know that those talks continue, and the drivers are back on the road in the meantime, but with this increase coming in and more to come, they're going to have to develop some sort of sliding scale to work out exactly how to fairly work with these drivers.
Yeah.